Good morning, everybody. I am really excited to share a story with you about a couple of things that happened in the last couple of days. And it's related directly to the power of stones. So, not sure if you follow some of the posts that I have up on my site, but I just got in a shipment of quite a few different new stones, and one of them was a ruby. And I got a couple of the rubies in, and I had passed them along. I have some ruby zoisite, and every once in a while I'm able to come across a stone that's just straight up pure ruby, and I did post a picture of it. So I looked up the properties of ruby. Ruby is representative of life force, courage, passion, strength, enthusiasm, adventurousness, and protectiveness. Since it's red, when I saw the ruby, I knew it had to do with passion and life force, and I thought that it related to sexual passion, romanticism, related to the root chakra. So once again, I went back to my book of stones to find a more complete meaning behind it. And I'm just going to read you a little bit of an excerpt from it because it sort of started to transition my mindset about ruby in particular. So, rubies enhance one's passion and fortitude, allowing for the wholehearted pursuit of one's aspirations. They eliminate feelings of hopelessness or defeat from one's thoughts, and they open the wellspring of optimism and determination needed to accomplish difficult goals. They impart a feeling of power to the wearer, improving self-confidence and adventurousness. Rubies vibrate with an enthusiasm for life, instilling an open-hearted willingness to make whatever leaps of faith are required to move forward. If one feels stuck in any sort of rut, in career, in relationships, or in one's spiritual path, ruby can provide the energy to get things moving. This stone is a magnet for novelty and adventure. Its vibrations seem to attract opportunities for unexpected shifts of scenery and or situation. When you wear or carry ruby, it is as if the synchronicity angels can see you better, and they send you more beneficial surprises. And for those who tend towards timidity and security, ruby prompts you to say yes before you can think of a reason to say no. It's a stone of courage. It releases doubt and assists one in dealing with anxiety. It helps one become comfortable with the unknown and teaches one not to fear. Ruby's message is, better to die than not to live. With its magnetism for novelty and synchronicity, ruby often brings one into situations in which one must face old fears, yet it also teaches one to enjoy the thrill of such confrontation. So it's about courage, not the absence of fear. It's about moving forward in the face of fear. Moving down just a little bit. Let's see here. Ruby is traditionally a prosperity stone. So it assists one in meeting one's needs on all levels of being and is particularly good at attracting wealth. So those are the 2 points more than anything. So it's all about synchronicity and prosperity, attracting wealth. So I got those stones in. I looked up the meaning behind it, and I took the ruby out, and so I wrapped it because one of my posts that I was just talking about, I've been in market research for 25 years, was partner in a super successful business. And as of February 1st, I resigned from my job. It was a really tough decision, but I guess you could say I was going through another awakening of my own where I felt like I needed to step away from what I had been doing my whole life, and I wanted to do something more meaningful with my life. So along that life path, a few things happened. I mean, I started Solaris Oracles. I started went on a leap of faith. Felt like my book, The Soul Key, that had been something that has been inside of me for the last 25 years and now, from going on from my first awakening. So finally completed my book, and I was sort of at, just in these last couple of weeks, a pivot point of, okay, what am I going to do next? Where am I going with my life? And I did a little bit of internal meditation, and that's where Spirit said to me that, you should look into, you have a calling for teaching, and that's something that you should really consider pursuing, and you can really evoke change in the world right within your community as a starting point, and it'll move forward from there. And so then, I did a little bit of investigation, and things were falling into place, and I had actually reached out to my old teacher at West High School where I went to school. So, and, things are just moving forward in the life path of becoming a special ed teacher, which is super, super exciting. So, going back to the stone, the ruby. I went ahead and wrapped the ruby and put it on yesterday. And that's when things really started to happen. This is just, it was an unbelievable day. You wouldn't even believe it. So me and my friend Karen of Pure Imagination Art Studio went to the psychic fair out in Manitowoc yesterday. And as soon as I got there, Matt Schmidt from the Quantum Hypnosis Healing Technique, you may or may not know him. He's his partner is a professional metaphysical manifester. I've spoken with her many times. She's come to. I've had a couple of manifestation bonfires. She's absolutely phenomenal. Matt's phenomenal. He was there at the fair. Immediately started talking to him. As soon as we walked in the door, there was a bunch of raffle tickets available to buy, and I guess backing up. Taking this one step back. Right away in the morning, Reiki Bear Healing Center, Casey DeWitt of Reiki Bear, they had a raffle. And at the last minute, one of my friends that I speak to on a regular basis, she saw a live video that I had posted yesterday or the day before, and she noticed that the raffle was going on at Reiki Bear, and she said that she wanted to buy a couple of tickets, and I thought, wait, why not? I think I'm going to buy some too. So this all happened yesterday morning. So I wrote in and I said, okay, I'm gonna buy some raffle tickets for that, and my friend is going to at the same time. I thought, why not? I'll give it a shot. Went to the Manitowoc Fair. Saw the raffles, signed up for a door prize. No raffle tickets for that. Signed up for the door prize, signed up for the raffle, and then I also signed up for a reading from one of the psychics that were there. So within 5 minutes of sitting down and talking to the psychic that was there, as it turns out, she's also a special education teacher. And she had a wealth of information to tell me about that whole entire path, and it was just complete synchronicity of unbelievable information and making that connection. I was just like, are you serious? You're a special education teacher. So right there was already synchronicity beginning to happen. Just walked out from her. I was about to walk through the entrance to go grab a bite to eat, and the person at the front door stopped me, and she's like, are you Jenny? And I said, yeah. She's like, oh, we were trying to get a hold of you. And I'm like, oh. And she said, you won not only one of the raffles, but you won the door prize too. I was like, really? And I immediately picked up my ruby and gave gratitude to the universe. And I'm like, wow, this is just absolutely unbelievable. So then I sit down at the bar area at the Metaphysical Fair, and was talking to the bartender for, maybe not 5-10 minutes, kind of telling him my story of everything that had already happened that day, and telling him about Slayer's Oracles, and showing him the ruby pendant I had wrapped, and I just started telling her about my reading with the psychic that was there, and she's like, oh, well, I'm a special education teacher too. And so I had another really fantastic conversation with her about it, and I was just overwhelmed with all the synchronicity and the manifestation of the gifts and abundance and wealth that was coming in for me. Picked up my phone, decided to check some message, and that's when I saw the live feed from Reiki Bear. Guess who won that raffle? Yes, it was me once again. So I just I think that when it comes to the power of stones, I have a lot of stories about a lot of the different connections with the different properties, and it seems like I just can't even stress my amazement of going into this. You hear about the properties of stones and what they mean and the things that they can do, but I I wasn't really sure of whether I believed in it, but I think that the longer it's all about your belief and connecting to the energy. I mean, I can't say that enough. If you don't think about this huge energy web that connects us to everything else that's out there in the world, to each other, to the source, to the trees, to the earth, stretching out, linking to the source and going through the galaxy and universe, and how we're all, I mean, the ley lines of the earth are scientific proof of all the magnetic fields. There's so many data points everywhere about how we have this huge energy field, our chi energy within us that's going through us. I mean, Eastern medicine has been talking about it for thousands of years. It's just putting all those dots together one by one, connecting those dots and seeing like this magnificent Tesla ball of energy that is just everywhere, connecting every single thing. So, the more I learn, the more I grow, and the more I realize just how connected everything is. And as I was learning all this stuff, it's a matter of even when you pick up those stones, it's like when people talk about tapping into the energy, the healing power of these stones, it's a matter of knowing. It's a matter of knowing that there is that energy cycle that's connecting that to and tapping into very specific properties of the energy that's available into the web, and knowing that you have the ability to just, if you know it and draw it to you, they work. I mean, yesterday's experience, and it didn't end there. It didn't. As we left, this was even more. It went on from there, because we left the metaphysical fair, and I turned to Karen and I'm like, today has been an absolutely fantastic day. I think this ruby is working upside down and backwards. I'm like, do you want to go to the casino? She said, sure. So, I'm just like, really, I don't know. I don't want to press it, but I'm like, nope. I'm going to believe in the power of the energy, of the source energy. I'm going to believe that I'm going to know that this is real. So we ended up going to the casino. I won $600. $600 from one machine to the next. They were just like, it just kept on coming and coming and coming. Just unbelievable. So don't doubt. I mean, you have to think about the energy of the universe, source energy, how it's connected to us. It goes through us. It's right there at our fingertips. So that was my story of the day. And if you happen to have a ruby, put it on. Especially if you're looking for synchronicity, validation, looking for signs from the universe that you're on the right track. And then also, just going forward with that welcoming. Laws of manifestation is that whatever you want, whatever you desire is out there. It already exists somewhere in the universe. So it's just a matter of moving that energy so that it moves towards you. It's not even a matter of taking it away from somebody else. People are always moving things around. One person might be no longer in need of a pair of shoes that they bought a while ago because they're not quite the right size. And so they push it out into the universe. So if that's a pair of shoes that you want, it's a matter of redirecting that energy back towards you so that they come to you. While I was at a casino, I was continuously employing that exact same thought, thinking, I'm not trying to produce this wealth from thin air. It exists somewhere. It is existing, and it's a matter of funneling and attracting that energy of that wealth to me. And it worked. It was fantastic. Best day of my life. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. It was just really exciting. It was a super magical day, and I hope that all of you can experience these same things that have been happening to me to this extent. It's fantastic. All right. I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.